my crafty friends. How are we all doing? It's the end of another week. It's Friday night. Football's over. Thank goodness. But good news, everybody. Apparently it's good news. I'm not sure it is. More football for the next million days. I hope you are well. This is Lesley from Hungry Heffy Crafts. And I'm glad that you are here to come and craft with me tonight. We're going to get crafty. I have to, first of all, I should say that if you're here looking for an edited video, that's not what you're going to find here tonight, because I'm going to be crafting live. And then the video will be available on playback, but it will be a live, real-time, not live, it will be a real-time video that you're watching back. So it'll be a bit longer and not edited. Pop it on the background as you're doing your ironing, if you do that sort of thing. I don't. And or if you're crafting, that's always fun too. So I also have to start with an apology, because last week there was no Come Craft With Me, and I don't even think I warned you about it. And I'm really sorry about that. I was away. And I had fully intended to put up a little post on Instagram on Friday, when I realized that I wasn't going to be able to do a Come Craft With Me. But I did not have the internet means to do so. I'm sure I'll tell you more about that and the shenanigans we get up to whenever we get stuck in. Can you get some comments up there, Craigie Boo? First things first as well, how's audio tonight? Hopefully it's all hunky-dory. Give us a thumbs up, even though you can't really thumbs up on this, can you? You could write thumbs up.
Click the thumbs up.
Is there a thumbs up button?
Where's the like button?
That's the like button.
Yeah, that's how we check it.
That's how we roll, is it? We've got Maria here. Hey, Maria. And some silent partners, I think. We've got 8 people watching, but only Maria's chatting tonight. Hello, my dear. I understand you got a Heffy Doodle package today in the post. Woo! Could be a little louder. Let's fix that. Make sure my microphone. Make sure my microphone hasn't fallen down or anything, like it tends to do whenever we are a little quieter than usual. But we shall turn me up. I am not used to people telling me that I'm too quiet. Donna's here. Hey, Donna. You're crafting tonight, hey? What you making? Woo! I've got some more new things that I got in the post that I want to share with you, and I think I'm going to play with them tonight. Also wanted to let you know about some bits and pieces that is happening on blogs and in the future and stuff like that as well. But let me just fix the old audio first of all. Craig has made some adjustments. How are we feeling? Have you made the adjustments, Craig? Kind of, but we don't really know whether that's...
Just click a button and make it think and do something.
Click a button. Yeah. He's got a serious face on. Clicking buttons like tap, 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 tap. Okay, how's the audio? Maria is crafting Dad's birthday card. Yay! What are you going to have on the birthday card? That's exciting. Okay. Did you all get your Father's Day cards posted? Oh, shame on me, I did not. Naughty. Hey! And Max. Okay, Craig is exiting the building. Well, not the building. Well, my building, the craft room. And let me put my phone on silent so we don't get disturbed. Let's do 3 hours. Just in case Lesley goes on a craft-a-thon. Okay, guys, so what am I going to do tonight? I've got I've got the new Heffy Doodle release, the June release that we have, and I might grab on a couple of those things as well. And I have my crafty haul from a few weeks ago. This is how busy I've been. I've not even had a chance to put them into my Avriel pockets yet. So I might grab some of these because I'm excited about them, especially the little ducky. I think that is so cute. So I might be using these tonight. But the other thing I wanted to share with you guys is a parcel that I got in the post from one of my design team members. Let me make sure I've got everything out of here first of all. And first and foremost, it is, oh hold on, Lesley, is it possible to have the subtitles available, please? Do you mean when I talk? I don't think YouTube can in real time take my comments and turn it into text. Is that a thing? Let me go and see if Craig knows how to do that. Hold on. Let me message him. See if that is something that he knows how to do. I shall send him my help message. Let's see if he picks that up. If not, I'll have to go and knock on the thingy-majig. So first of all, I got a little package this week from one of my crafty design team members from Heffy Doodle, and she sent me some goodies which I'm really excited about. And she included a Heffy Doodle card, and it has the Hey Heffy cuts and the cute little Universe stamp. So this one was a freebie whenever people pre-ordered from the last release, and then it was actually available for sale this month in June. So it's got a cute little kitty on it. And she also sent me, ta-da, a stamp set from the Ink Road. Now this is my first Ink Road stamp set. I'm not sure if they have any retailers over here in the UK, but it's a beast. It's massive, and I'm excited to get playing with this. The other thing is, here comes Craig. The other thing is, I don't have many floral images, so I'm excited to play with that. Craig, Evelyn has said, is it possible to have the subtitles available, please? I don't think YouTube can listen to me and figure out my accent and turn it into subtitles. Is that a thing? What we might be able to do is take the comments and put it on the screen.
Might we?
Might we? Is that not? I'm speaking out of turn here.
Just knock that out.
Oh, is that? Maybe we might not. Are you glad I said might instead of what we will be?
I don't think we can do it for live.
Or maybe not on this new system. Donna says, I'm hoping to get to the Creative Craft Show at the end of the month. If I do, I'll be stopping by your stand. Donna, I have a ticket with your name on it if you need a ticket. Send me a message on Facebook or email me through the Heffy Doodle email channel thing. Go to the Heffy Doodle and then contact me. And if you like, I can post you a ticket because we've got a booth and we've got a few tickets that Heffy Doodle will be doing a little giveaway thing on. But I can definitely set one aside for you, my love. What have you figured out, Craig?
No, it'll be available afterwards.
Okay.
YouTube
Is
does
it?
the automatic version.
So it translates my
It tries its best. Yeah.
Oh, bless it. I wonder how that.
Heffy Doodle.
Heffy
No,
Doodle.
I don't know.
Hefty, probably. That's what everybody
Heffy
mistakes
Doodle.
it for.
No, we can't do it for real time.
Oh, boo. Okay. So can't do subtitles real time, but when we're finished, it will do it. So if Evelyn doesn't watch live but goes back, oh wait, you can't. If someone goes on now, can they start at the start of the video? No, they can only watch it live.
Can we still don't get this?
It's not
stuff is available.
it's not being processed. Is that why at the end it goes, this is processing?
Yeah.
Don't touch it. Okay. Okay, there we go. That answers that question. Thank you. Thank you, man. Kiss for you. Okay, so this one is, I don't have a clue what it's called. Does anybody know? Aunt Max, you seem to maybe have this set, so you might know what it's called. I like that they're quite big, and there's lots of space, but it's also a really bold line, so I think I might have to play with that tonight. Also in my, thank you. Did you press the button because Lorraine asked? Hey Lorraine! Okay, yes, we need a timer. We also got a washi tape, and this is from Illustrated Faith. And this one does not have an, oh it does. Item 1780, God's Grace. So there you go. It's pretty colors. I also got a water brush marker with a nice tip on it. I might have to go and send Craig to fill it up, although I do have other water brush markers. Here you go, Craig, if you're going that way. And the other thing she sent is something that I've never tried before. Hi, Snow, yay! So this is something that Jessica sent me, and it is the artist's water-based markers by Spectrum Noir. I can't get my words out today. So it says it's called Aqua by Spectrum Noir, and then it has a selection of colors in here. That set is called Bella Flora. Beautiful name, perfect for it. And so if anyone's watching on replay, it's called Bella Flora. Thank you, Aunt Max. So we've got the aqua markers here. Have you guys used these? I would like to know that, because I am a total noob. I did, however, say to Jessica when I was saying thank you, I was like, well, you know, if you get any hints and tips for me. And she said that she does not color straight onto the card. She uses a palette. Merci. Brilliant. So they all have like a light blue color here, but when I hold this up, oh, he's so pretty. So pretty. I really like the little tray it comes in. It's kind of handy. I think you could stack them up one on top of the other. So if you guys have used these and have any hints and tips, then I would love to know them before I get too far stuck in. Let's move some of these things out of the way for a minute. Ant says that he has a stamp set but has not used the pens. Snow says, do you have Bristol paper? Yes, I do. Is that part of the tip here that we need to be working on? Let me go grab some of that then. Bristol board. And Lorraine says that she has them. Oh, brilliant. So you guys probably will know more than me when it comes to this. I do have a little Ivriel stamp pocket nearby with some white card in it to use as a palette. And Snow says, I also prefer making a palette with non-real brush markers. So because these ones aren't a brush tip, so let's take a look at the tips actually, so we can have a look. Ooh, it's tiny. Okay, tiny, tiny. And then we've got, okay, so it's very similar to the nib on a Altenew alcohol marker. So that's cool, but I like the little one is super tiny. Well, that's the beastie one. But cute. Yeah, I like that. We shall give that a go. And then what Snow was talking about with the non-real brush markers. is, I can grab one. If you have, for example, the Zig have a real brush nib on it, so it's actually bristles of a brush here. So she says that if it doesn't have a brush tip, she prefers to use it on a palette. I've not actually used my real brush markers an awful lot. I think I need to practice more, and I don't get an awful lot of time to just play and practice. Mostly my only crafting is with you guys at the moment. All right, if you don't do a palette, the bristle will be smooth enough. If you do a palette, just watercolor paper works. Just if you do palette, just any watercolor paper works. And I say, yeah, okay. Well, let's try a little bit of both. Maybe I quite like this one, so let's do that. Start with that tonight, I think. Give it a go. Donna has a few of the Zig real brush pens and wants more. Yeah, that's the problem with them. They're a bit addictive, I think. I might actually just trim this down slightly to a slightly more manageable size. I think I might have on my final piece put a sentiment like here. So let's see what we can do. Any recommendations for ink, types of ink? Memento, perhaps? Lorraine says, I have the Arteza watercolor pens. Oh, yeah, I've heard people comment on that or talk about them when they're on offer and stuff. Okay, I got different opinions here. Stays on, says Lorraine. No Memento, says no. Versafine Claire. Let me have a look. I don't know if it's Claire. Is this the one? Versafine Onyx Black. Pretty sure if you heat set it that it's that it is okay. So we'll do that. And if it doesn't work, we can always emboss it, can't we? You do get a nice, okay, there's something squeaking. Let me go and investigate what it is. There we go. Pretty. I'm going to try and cheat without cleaning my stamp, and I know it's going to end in a disaster. Yeah. That'll do. You just need to dry it with your heat tool. Okay. I'm glad snow popped on tonight to keep me right. Pretty. Okay, I'm gonna go and grab my baby wipes because I don't have my chamois wet. It's been super warm here, especially for the UK, and my craft from everything seems to be drying out. Not the ink pads and things, but the but my stamp chamois. Let me oh, excuse me, take a little drink to keep myself hydrated. So I'm going to stamp this on here. It overhangs the edge slightly. It's not going to get a good impression right up to the top, but I'm not that worried about that. But I want to make sure that I don't get any on here. So I'm going to grab some of my Heffy tape. So I know I've mentioned to you guys on here before that this tape that I use, you guys ask about it all the time. We now have it in the Heffy Doodle store. It is called Heffy tape, Heffy memo tape to be exact. And yeah, it's in the Heffy Doodle store. So we had a big announcement this week about it, and people are loving it, which is great. Super excited about that. And we also had some other super exciting things going on this week over at the Heffy Doodle blog. It was our birthday. Can you believe it? 1 year. 1 year since I announced that Heffy Doodle was going to be a thing, that I was going to be creating a range of stamps. And at that point, I actually just thought that it would be a one-off thing, like a one-off range of stamps. And I really can't believe where the year has gone, to be honest. It's really exciting though. So on the blog, Heffy Doodle blog, we had a blog hop on Wednesday. So it is still available. So if you haven't seen it, if you haven't hopped along, then you're going to want to do that, because we have got some amazing people on there. Like I can't even, you know. The lineup was just so incredible, and big kudos to Crystal for all the work she put into getting people for the blog hop. We've got Amy R, we have Sandy Allnock, and just so many people that I'm just absolutely blown away. Okay, I'm going to add a little leaf up here somehow. And I'm going to do I'm trying to figure out something over here, maybe a larger leaf over here. It's so bold, I love it. over here. Maybe there. I'm going, when it comes to coloring these on it all in, I'm going to regret stamping so many. Sandy has some wonderful ideas. Yes, Donna, you said that you were inspired by her creations. I'm not surprised because they're absolutely fantastic. We had so many. We had Laura Basson as well, and did I say Nicole Spore? Just absolutely amazing. Lots of inspiration. Go and check it out and leave your comments, because the winner chicken dinner. There's actually winners, because there's going to be 2 winners, and the 2 winners will get a £50 voucher to the Heffy Doodle store. And the other thing, which is probably more exciting actually, because blog hops are great and you get lots of inspiration, but the odds are not as, you know, basically the likelihood of winning, you know, you're in the mix with everybody else. And I just wanted to have more people be able to take, like, I wanted a celebration where more people could have the fun, right? So we are having a 20% off coupon, and I think this is the first time that we've had a coupon this big. We've had smaller coupons before, and we've had coupons where we only tell select people, like for example in a magazine or whatever, but actually this size of 20% and making it publicly available. It's the first time I've ever done anything like that big. So if you want to take advantage, and if you've been eyeing up some Heffy Doodle goodies, it's a really good time to do it. Anyway, I always feel totally sales pitchy when I'm saying that, but it would be silly of me not to tell you, because if you found out after the fact, I'd be in big trouble. I can't believe I just spread that with my doodah. Ah, silly sausage. I sprayed to clean my stamp and it has sprayed on my project. Well, we shall heat set this. I'm going to put you on mute while I heat set it. I'm hoping that that was long enough. I'm going to press the button, Lorraine. So, in case you're about to say, I'm going to press it while I remember. Okay, so I don't have a green for my petals, but I think what you're telling me is that I can mix it. Sandy is amazing at getting that. Oh no, this is not going to work for me. I don't like it when I don't, it's so silly, but I really don't like it whenever the lids don't go on the top of pens. Okay, that's good. So, Snow, are you telling me that if I wanted to, you reckon I could, because I'm on the Bristol, I could colour straight onto here? Is that what you're saying? So far, thoughts. It's really light coloured, but that's not necessarily a bad thing because you can always build up the colour. Yes, but small portions at a time. Okay. I get that. Okay, so this one's a bit more intense. Presumably I've not diluted it as much as the others. This bit's a little bit more blue. It's very pretty. I guess I need to realize that the white line is for the fine side. So I'm not sure if this is a Spectrum Noir brush or a different brand. The bristles in the nib, in the brush section, are really quite stiff, which is kind of good for this. Keeps a nice fine point. And it's quite a big reservoir as well. I feel like maybe the real brush markers are maybe juicier or something. I'm not sure if it's the right word. You seem to get more mileage out of it, but I guess it could be the brush. What do you think so far? Quite pretty, huh? Let me wash out my brush nib and take my very last piece of tissue off my kitchen roll. So guys, I didn't tell you why I wasn't hanging out with you guys last week, and once again I'm sorry that I wasn't here for that. I had a girls' weekend away, and it was my school friends from secondary school. So it was girls that I've known for a long time. I'm trying to work this and it's not quite working the way I was hoping it to. Once again, probably more of a practice thing than anything else. I guess I could do this though. And put some colour in and then come in with my marker to darken up in around the base. Oh, it's pretty. So, yes, I went to an all-girls school, and my, well, our group of friends, oh no, what's happened? Oh, it's my battery. Let's get this sorted. All right, have noticed I'm slightly off camera, so can you see okay? Yeah, I went to an all-girls school, and I think in the end there was actually like several little groups of friends, but over the years with weddings and things, we've kind of just blended into one big group. So there's about 10 of us, and with one thing and another, with weddings and Hindus and stuff like that, we have seen each other fairly regularly, which is great. But we also have made a point of making an effort to hang out with each other. So once a year we like to get together and spend some time, whether it is, like I say, at a wedding or something to that effect. And last weekend, that is called magenta, that one is. Last weekend we had a girls' weekend in Ireland, and we were staying at a converted barn, and we had a blast. But what I hadn't anticipated, because I was going out a day early so that my friend could pick me up and then drive me to where we needed to go, so I didn't have to hire a car. Whoop. But what I didn't realize is that the new place that we were going to, the converted barn, didn't have any Wi-Fi. I guess I just made an assumption that Wi-Fi is everywhere. And although we had a little bit of phone reception, at the time on Friday, we got dragged out to a boat. One of the girls, Ruth, her brother has a boat, and she loves going out on the boat, and she's got like wakeboards and knee boards and all sorts of crazy things like that. And yeah, we all got dragged into the whole affair, and it was absolutely amazing and lots of fun, and the weather was brilliant. And the good thing was, which I was really pleased about, was that I got to meet up with my mummy, because we weren't too far away from where I grew up. And on the Friday, oops, too much. on the Friday afternoon, we went for afternoon tea with some mumsies. So I was able to squeeze in a little family time and see my mummy, which was good. Okay, I've done a little loose watercolouring on this flower here. Bit of a blue colour. I always like the idea of a blue flower, but I don't know whether I've ever really seen a blue flower. Apart from like bluebells, which aren't really blue, are they? Or cornflower, right? Certainly not one like this. That looks more like a rose. Anyway, what do you think? Quite pretty, huh? So we got to meet up with mumsies and have some afternoon tea and feel special. And then we, like I say, we got dragged out on this boat. Well, to be fair, we were all up for it, because the thing is about hanging out with the people that you knew when you were 16, you kind of forget that you're not 16 anymore. So you end up doing really stupid things. And although I didn't do any wakeboarding or kneeboarding, I had to get in the lake, of course. They weren't going to let me not get in the lake. And I did some, what is it called? Banana boating. Yes. Oh, water that down. It's a bit intense. I quite like the loose watercolor technique because, well, for a start, it's very quick. And it also leaves some white marks that you can at least pretend were intentional shading. So part of the reason that we were in this converted barn was that 2 out of our gang had just recently had babies. And the barn was absolutely perfectly located because it was halfway between one of the new mummies' family and the other new mummies' family, so that they could have a bit of a break but still be around for nursing needs. Antonia Maximus says, congratulations on a year, you deserve a smash cake. Smash cakes aren't really a thing over here, and I certainly didn't know what one was until an American friend had a baby and then did a smash cake for his first birthday. And she's a photographer, so took photos of it. It was amazing. I still have a scrapbook page somewhere of Randolph and his smash cake. It's absolutely awesome. So fun. I do deserve a smash cake. I did not even get any cake. Although, to be fair, I don't think I would have wanted cake because on Wednesday I had to go for a visit to the dentist. Dun dun dun. What is a smash cake? So this is what I've been told. Hopefully it's true. So it's pretty much commonplace in America land and maybe other places too. I don't know, but certainly that's where I heard of it. For little kiddos that turn 1, put them in like a high chair and you set a cake in front of them, and they pretty much just like grab that, like smash it to pieces and like in their mouths. It was pretty epic, to be honest. And yeah, they kind of make short work of it, and it kind of smashes everywhere. If there's more to it than that, Aunt, you're gonna have to speak up. Yeah, so I had my, I've lost my lid, there it is, my trip to the dentist, and I had broken off a piece of my filling. One of my fillings had broken, so I had to go and get that fixed. Boo. It was getting fixed on Wednesday, so by the time I got it fixed over lunch, so before I had my lunch, not a good move, and then I had, well, a big frozen face, to be honest. So I was feeling a little bit sorry for myself, and I don't think that a smash cake would yeah, I don't think I would have been up for a smash cake that day. But today, my twin nephews used to do that with every cake. I betcha. Okay, I'm gonna add a little bit of shading to the green. It's kind of annoying that there's no green, because I like to go in with some neat color. But never mind, I'll just add a little strip of green along the middles. I do like that your pens are really easy to carry with you, and then you can mix your own colors quite easily, I think. Although I think what I might do in the future is use a normal paintbrush, because this it dilutes the colors a lot with this one. I have a couple of other water brushes that I really like. This I like some more than some of the others, but there's one that I really love, but I don't have it in here because I brought it to Ireland with me, so I know that I don't have it in here. I'm really loving this. I like the vibrancy of it. Let me switch you over to close-up cam. What do you think? Isn't it pretty? So I have smudged it here, but nothing a sentiment or something won't fix. Let's cut this down. I'm going to put that there and that there and leave this to the side so that I don't put my hand in it. Right, let's grab some clover frames so that I can cut out a stitched rectangle. I guess the only problem with this technique is it is time consuming, which is not a problem normally, but for a come craft with me, it eats into our creating time. But I don't think we're going to need a lot of work on this. Insane. So I've been binge listening, I should actually say, Hamilton, the musical, and it's getting pretty obsessive. You know, I have to say. And Piper shouts down at me tonight, and says, "Mom, what?" Standing at the top of the stairs, looking down. I'm going to say this in the nicest way that I can think. I hate Hamilton. What? She calls herself a child of mine. Maria says she loves Hamilton. Me too. I've not seen it yet. Although in other news, people, I have 1, 2, 3 pieces of card blanks left. All this orientation. I have exhausted my whole supply of top folding note cards. I need to get some more cut up. So I guess no top folding tonight. She is a Greatest Showman kind of girl. She is for sure a Greatest Showman kind of girl. Okay, I'm going to get some nesting stitched rectangles. No. Too big. Perfect. Okay. And I'll use my Heffy tape to hold that down and through the machine. Pretty. And I need a sentiment to go here. So I might go for hey, hey. Hey. Is there sentiments in this? Hello, you're kind of lovely. What other sentiments do I have? Let's check my new things. Let's party. Hey, I miss you. Oh, I have to do that one because my friend who moved away to my friend that moved to Wales. Have I told you about her? Hey, Yells. I would love to see the Greatest Showman go stage. Absolutely. I actually, Piper and I were watching the Tony Awards on YouTube before bed because I realized that the Tony Awards was on last week. Oh, we've got a bit of kissing here. So I just want to point this out. I know I realize I'm in the middle of like 3 stories, but these 2 stamps shouldn't be joined, but they have a little bit of kissing there, and that's totally, you can't see. Let me press the doodah. Okay. So there are 2 different stamp images, this one here and then the Miss You. but in the stamp making process, the photopolymer is gloopy gloop, and on this particular one it has just touched ever so slightly. It's called kissing, and it'll happen on a small percentage of stamps. It's totally normal and not a problem, and you just need to snip it with a pair of scissors. So if you ever see that, nothing to be worrying about. Okay, so I'm going to stamp this right here. I miss you. And then put that back, so otherwise I'll miss it. So, oh no, I forgot what I was saying now. I was talking about Piper and I watching the Tonys, and then I was talking about who I miss. Yes, my friend Elizabeth, who moved to Wales. She has had a few little messages like, hey, miss you, that kind of thing, and I've always been like out and about, and I think about her like all the time, but then by the time at the moment when I remember to message her, I'm in the shower or standing at the school gates or something, and obviously not in the position to do that. So I finally remembered when I was at home, and hold on, I was looking for some black foam. This I'll have to do, even though it's the expensive one. Yeah, so I finally remembered to do it when I was at home, and I was still in my pajamas, but I messaged her anyway. I sent her a video and was like, hey, we miss you. And she pretty much said that she couldn't watch the video because it was just going to make her cry. Aww. Isn't it sad? So I think she needs a Heffy card. And this one will be beautiful for her. Hello, hello. Oh, wait a second, is my sound not on? My sound is on. I assume everyone else can hear me because I'm sure they would have mentioned it before now. Unless I'm on mute or something to that effect. I hope not. All right. Let's grab my roller adhesive and stick this down. That's it. This is going to go right in the middle here. Can everybody else hear me okay? I think I'm a little bit wide here. I'm going to just peel back gently and stick back down. There we go. All right. Oh no, I ran out of ATG a few weeks ago. I'm very quickly going through all of my tape runners, but I've got some more ATG on its way, so hopefully it will be awesome. I think my foam is a little big, but if I lay it down with a slight border, I can pretend that it was intentional. And then it's a bit obvious as well that there's a step in it. I like the way when you look at it at the side, it has the impact. Okay, so let's add a hey. Another fun thing which I did today, it was a bit naughty because I didn't do much work today. I had to put my hands in the air. It's been a really busy week. But today, a friend of mine said, hey, come round for lunch. So of course I was like, free food, yeah, I'm there. And she had a couple of people over and she was doing burritos. I mean, you can't say no to burritos, guys. I'm sure we're all on the same page here. And yeah, so I went around there at 12. And after burritos, and I was the first one there. Normally I'm late. And after burritos, then she cracked out the what's it called? Sing Star, you know, on the, I think it's a PlayStation or something, with the microphones and you sing along like a bit of karaokeing. Well, it was pretty epic, to be honest. Pretty. I'm going to stick this down with a little bit of glue dots, I reckon. In a couple of places even. Oh, I forgot to tell you that at the girly weekend, one of the ladies the new mummies whose parentals live nearby, her brother's dog had puppies, and so they had 9 puppies, Jack Russell puppies, just like around the corner, and I managed to convince her to bring the puppies down to see us. And on the Saturday, we just, oh no, it was a Saturday. We just kind of lay on rugs out in the sunshine with puppies crawling all over us and doing crossword puzzles together and chatting and catching up. It was quite possibly one of the most perfect things in the world. It was lots of fun. Okay guys, I'm going to call that number 1 done. And we've used the Flora Bella, I'm going to write that down there, stamp set from the Ink Road. Flora Bella, thank you Max, Aunt Max. And also the Aqua markers from Spectrum Noir to create a kind of watercolor effect. I like it. Look at that. I'm going to keep this because I think it will look nice on a part of a card. Don't think I need this though. Might need to give this another scrub, but I shall do that another day. Bella Flora. Oh, not Florabella. Bella Flora. Bella Flora. Well, thank you, thank you. Awesome. Okay. I'm not putting that too far out of the way because I might reach for them again before the night is out. I like that. Put my hair dye away. I don't want any missing words, do we? So anyone who has just joined us, I wanted to mention again that on the Heffy Doodle blog this week we had a blog hop where you can be one of 2 winners to win £50 gift voucher to the Heffy Doodle store. And we also have a special coupon offering 20% discount on the store. 20%? Are you crazy? Yeah, so get in on that action if it appeals to you. Ooh, I think I'll be able to make that work. So I'm going to start here with the stitched bubble background die from Heffy Doodle from the new release. And when I made this, you might not be able to see, super blown out. Let me see if I can, you can see that though. Got shininess happening. Yeah, you can see now. It has these bubbles on it. I think it's going to be perfect for the bubble background stamp set, I thought. And we also had they released the Sublime set, which is also pretty awesome to use with the stitch bubble background die. Love it when a plan comes together. Okay, I'm going to create a little bit of a room, or at least the illusion of a room. So I'm going to create a floor down here, and I'm going to attempt anyway to do some sort of like a tiling effect on the floor. Let me see if I can do that anyway. I'm going to line this up. So I've got a piece of card that I've lined up with my mat. And I shall try and center this. So this is an MFT stitched basic edges die. And also in this pocket I have the scalloped basic edges set, I think. Okay, let me press the button. A-team. What does that mean? A-team. Oh, I love it when a plan comes together. Of course it was. A-team. I get you, girl. Okay, so this is going to be my what's the word? My ground. And what I'd really like is I'm going to stick this down temporarily. If I have a means to do such a thing without ruining things. And I'm going to try and draw on some perspective lines. And I've not done that in such a long time. I'm hoping that I can make this work. So I will somewhat center this. My first line will be down the middle. And my last line needs to go like this. So I want it to look like this is the end of a room. So you imagine a wall of a room coming up like this. And then this distance here, if I, for example, divide that in two, would be there, or roughly there, and divide it in two again would be here and here. And the same on this side, I divide this in two, and divide this into here and here. Then I need to do the same sort of steps with this area down here. So from here to here, in the midway will be roughly here, and then the middle of these two be there and there. So here to here is about there, there, and there. Are you with me? And then we connect them up with some lines to help us build some perspective on the card. That's the plan. I don't know whether it'll work or not, but we'll give it a go. Normally how life works for me. I say to Piper whenever she's having one of those I can't do it moments. She hates it when I say this, but when I say whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. She hates it when I say that. This one's a bit more difficult because technically the gaps to this side should be narrower than the gaps closer down because of that pesky perspective thing. So I'm just going to eyeball them. Oops. Okay. I just realized you can't really see. I think we've gone too bright. Let me turn down the thingy. The light. Can you see? Got a little rogue pencil mark up here that we shall have to take care of. My birthday card is done. Time to head to bed. Have a great time creating. We'll watch the rest tomorrow, says Maria. All right, so I'm probably going to maybe, I think, trim it down to here, but I'm not sure yet. Who knows? So this would be my floor, and I think what I'm going to do is use some of my I'm actually going to use, I think, my Alta New marker pens to color them in. And the reason I want to use these ones is because they have a super fine nib like this. So I'm going to move you over to close-up cam, I reckon. That would be a better idea. You might be able to see a bit better. Can you see? Turn it this way. I don't really want to spend a lot of time working on it. Oh, hold on. It's too dark. I think my paper is not an overly Copic friendly option. What do you think so far, you guys? So I'm going for that kind of bathroom look with the checkerboard effect tiles. I'm hoping it will give the illusion and kind of bring my card together. That squeaky noise, not the most pleasant, so sorry about that, guys. So I also wanted to remind you about our consumer show that's coming up. Something that's been taking up a lot of my time recently. Big plans for that. It is the Creative Craft Show and it is in Birmingham, the UK. And it is on the 29th, 30th of June and the 1st of July. And did I tell you that the 29th of June is actually Craig and mine's anniversary and we're going to be spending it at the show. Oops. Now that's true love for you, isn't it? That he would come and help with the show. None of these colors seem quite right in a blendy capacity. I'm going to see if I can find any Copics that would blend it a little bit. Maybe a B00. Just flatten it out a bit. All right, I'm going to call that done. That was a B00. And we will trim down. Trim this down along this edge here. Have you guys got this cute little rub-a-dub-dub stamp set from Lawn Fawn? If you have, tell me about what you've created. Have you enjoyed playing with it? Okay, starting to come together. We do, however, need a little shading up here to create the corner of a room. So I'm going to use some of my tape for this. Like that. And bring a little blending into the side. So I was thinking yellow, but my ducks are probably going to be yellow, huh? Maybe I should keep to the blue. What do you think, guys? So I stick with a little tumbler glass, something nice and subtle. Let's do that. So working along the edge of my Heffy tape, great for masking. I'm going to work on my memo tape and bring a little color over the edge. So you get a little bit of a color there coming through. And on this side, we want the same. And because I've used this for inking and I've not used it for much sticking, I'm actually going to reuse that later. This tape has got, it is a really low tack tape, so if you're using it to hold your dies and things, you're not going to get a lot of like reusability out of it. But I mean, it's kind of cheap and cheerful that you can use it. It's not a big deal if you don't get masses out of it. Right, okay, so I've built the bases. Oh, you guys can't see this very well. Let me drop down your ISO. No, wrong way around. Make it a little bit darker. You see the bubblies? Okay. Let's put it to the side and stamp some little cuties. so we can colour them in. We definitely need a bath, and probably, I think I might do some bubbles on vellum, so I'll put that back for now. And we might do a shower head and a bubbly bath and a mama duck and a baba duck. I think that'll do this. Hi, Di. And we'll crack out the memento for this one. Now this is the first time stamping it, so I may need to stamp it again because of the residue that you get on some of the stamps as part of the manufacturing process. Sometimes you're lucky and it's all hunky-dory. All right, let's colour some of these in, but not too much. Don't want it to be overpowering, so I'm going to go with a little cool colours, cool greys for my bath or bath, depending on whether you're English or not. Well, I guess you guys are from all over, so goodness knows what way you say it. Piper always winds me up because in Ireland we say bath and then she calls it a bath. Aww. So a little C3, I had a little C0 there as well, just to create a bit more of a blend even. And I forgot to do this bit. So what is everybody up to this weekend? Being very quiet, everyone. Okay, yellow ducky is Y00 with a little Y02. To brighten them up. Love the look of your new tape, Lesley, says Di. Thank you. It's been very popular. It's fine at shelves. I'm going to have to order some more from the factory soon, I think. It's going like hotcakes, which is wonderful. And people who have already received theirs, we've been getting reports of people being like, we love it, which is always extra fun. So that's a little Y02 and Y00 for that. And for their feet, I'm going to go for a tiny bit of Y17. And their little beakies. Oh no, I just smudged him. And then Y15, which is kind of in between a orange and a yellow. And my bubble bath's gonna have to be pink, I reckon. That's R32. R20 is not quite light enough. E93? No. No, not quite. R00 might be too light. No, it'll have to do. And I'll do a sort of darker color of a lid. And just a little line of C1 along the white area there. I'm busy stamping, so I'm a bit quiet and my tongue is hanging out. Why is your tongue hanging out? Aunt Max says, hooking up my scan and cut this weekend and trying to finish organizing the studio may require dessert. Definitely require desserts. Can I just say that? And I really need to get mine up and running, because if I had it up and running, I could just whiz this through the machine instead of boring you guys with me fussy cutting. I think I need a new mat, or I need to find a way to retack my mat, because the last time that I used my machine, my scan and cut, it kind of moved around. And I know you can use Scotch tape. That's what I have done for the last probably 40 sheets or so that I used on it. But it's definitely less time consuming if I don't have to worry about the tape. Okay, we got a bath. Now we get to have fun watching our little bathroom come together. Definitely require desserts. So what's everybody's favorite dessert? Let's throw that one out there. I'm sure that's a question that everybody can get behind. I don't really like cream. I like ice cream, but I'm not a big fan of cream. And I really like key lime pie. Does the scan and cut do away for the need for dyes? Well, you know, I say no, because I do more with my dyes than just die cut the images. So for example, I use my dyes to cut out foam to go underneath my stamped images, or I use my dyes to cut out felt or whatever, or I use my dyes to cut an aperture in stuff. But the scan and cut will do some of that stuff, not the foam, I don't think. Also, you can use your dies with, I use my dies with the, what do you call it? Go press and foil to do foiling, which you can't use the scan and cut for. And I use my dies to emboss an image into my cardstock, which you can't use the scan and cut for. But in its basic sense, i.e. you stamp a duck and then you want to have that stamped image cut out with a nice little border, so you use the die, then yes, the scan and cut will do that. Absolutely will. And it's pricey, but I think that the general consensus is if you tend to buy a lot of dies for die cutting stamped images and you think you'll use it, my problem, then it's worth it. For me, I've already got the use of it because I prepped all of our make and takes with it for Heffy Doodle. So that was the only reason I got it. Ta-da, Monsieur Ducky. Come on, get in the bath. It'll be fun. Dubious duck here. Oh, here we go. Donna says, the new mats are so much better and stay sticky longer, but you can re-tack with something like Zig or Aileen's Tack It. Oh, okay, cool. I've got to experiment with that then. Aunt Max says creme brulee. Okay, I have a contentious question here about creme brulee. Creme brulee, should it be served warm, refrigerator cold, or room temperature? Discuss. I would like to know everybody's opinion, please, if you have an opinion on creme brulee. Obviously, the top is crispified with a blowtorch, but the actual dessert itself, that's what I want to know. Pavlova says die and cheesecake. I do love a pavlova. And I do like cheesecake. I like pavlova as long as it's not got, like, it's not been over creamed. I like the meringue. Anything that requires baking or deep frying. Oh yeah, baby. Anything that makes the arteries squeal. Okay. Let's put together. What do you think so far with our little bathroom? The bubbly bath down here. Come on, get in the bath. No. Did you make this mess? Piper has discovered when she's washing her hands. And then she does this. And then she blows in here and a big bubble appears on her hand. And then she'll bring her other hand in to make a bubble between the two hands. Pull them apart so she's got two bubbles. And then we'll like go boop, boop, boop. So, yeah. She's a funny chicken. Right, where's the rest of my things? I might stamp a little puddle of water, and I might stamp some water coming out, and I think I need another, maybe the little boat down here. Let's do that. Let's do a boat or a yacht, whatever it may be called. Okay, so we've got some conflicting opinions already. Interesting. Aunt Max says super cold with hot, crisp top. And then Di says room temperature for me. Okay. So, I think it should be room temperature with a crispy top. We got it in a restaurant once, and it was so cold that it almost felt like it had just been like taken out of the freezer, almost. Oh, I just realized you can't see what I'm doing. And it wasn't nice in my opinion. So I grumped. That's what you do when you've been to France and you're really excited about creme brulee whenever you yeah. Just can't talk about it, guys. Two little stripies. And maybe a wooden mast. Oh, definitely crispy top. No discussion there. Definitely a crispy top. All right. So I need to figure out what I want my sentiment to be. Oh, let me see what sentiments are in here. I almost want to make a splash. It's your birthday or something like that. Have they got that here? Rub-a-dub-dub. It's your day. I'm a lucky duck to have you as my dad, my friend, my mom. Relax and enjoy. A new baby to love. No, none of these are none of these are singing to me, speaking to me. I'm gonna go with something borrowed for my poodle. And also use this for the water that's coming out. What a mess. I want to stamp some bubbles as well, and hopefully like maybe inside some of the bubbles that are here. I'm not sure yet. But I want to use a lighter color for that. So I'm going to grab some cubies. And I'm thinking of doing like a two-tone, maybe with some pink and some purple, or pink and some pink and blue or something. We kind of tap it with some blue, take some off with my finger, and then try and figure out where I took it off, and then stamp it. Let's give that a try and see what it looks like. It's really subtle. Can you even tell? So you've got some multi-tones coming through there. Can you see? Let's try it. So I shall put some pink on top and then stamp this. So I'll just keep doing this a little bit more around about, but I don't want too many because there's a lot of bubbles happening already. There we go. And some up here. And some over here. What a mess. So I had thought of stamping the bubbles on some vellum. Let me see if I have some vellum lying around. Might even have some blue vellum, which would work well. Purple vellum, blue vellum, don't need much, just snip a bit off, and I think I'll also take some normal vellum as well, just so that I can do both at once and then make a decision, because it's not quite the right blue tone for my liking. Oh, how cute, says Jan. Jan? I'm not sure what way to say that. Just got home from work and relaxing, my ladies, and card making. Woo! We do love a bit of card making. It's our jam. Okay, so on my blue, and on my normal. And I think I want white. Do I want white or clear? Oh, tough decision. I think I'll do white. There we go. Okay, kids, I'm going to put you on mute again for a minute while I heat these bad boys. Almost burnt my fingers on that one. Okay, let's trim this out. I always feel bad because Piper's got such bad eczema, but she never really had a proper bubble bath. Poor child. Missing out on life. All right. So, do you remember me talking about the Parent-Teacher Association at school? And we've been working on preparing for our summer fair. Well, it's next week. I can hardly believe it. It's come around so fast. Absolutely crazy how quickly that's come around. Okay. Opinion time, because we can either have white on vellum, like this, or we can have the blue. It's just a bit on the purpley side, but is it cool? I don't know. I think it's the wrong color tone is the problem for me. Yeah, it's wrong in my mind, I'm afraid. The wrong tone. Where did my tape runner go? There it is. Okay. This is such a cute stamp set. I'm so glad that I got it. Finally. Okay, I need a little glue dot at the end of here. Our die says white, so that's good. That always makes me feel better when somebody picks something that I've already made my decision on. I have a total habit of doing that. Like, I want your opinion, guys, and then before you even have a chance to answer, I'm like, oh, it's too late, I've made my decision. Which doesn't help when there's a little lag on the old video. All right. This is going to go up right here. And I'm going to raise this up with some 1 mil foam tape, so foam pads, so that it is raised up a tiny bit. But before I go any further, I want to stamp the water spritz, the water falling down, because once I stick this down, it's not going to be as easy. So it's kind of in between these two bubbles right there. And I'll use my something borrowed again. And I'm wondering, I might do a 2nd generation stamping. Let me test it out. So 1, quite intense. 2, less intense. I think that's what we're going to do. Back to something borrowed. All right. 1, 2. Lovely. Lovely jubbly. Okay. Couple of little 1 mils for this. Still haven't thought of a greeting for this one. I'd really like something like "Make a splash." Of course I want a pun, hey? This is going to go right down here in the corner, I think, is it? This one needs to go here, and it needs to be a little bit taller. So we'll go for the 2 mil here. Here you go. And I kind of like that. It's sitting sort of in the background, out of the way. Before I stick him down, I'm going to just take a little white gel pen and go along the outside border here to hide the fact that my pen slipped. So now you can't tell at all. For each of these duckies, they're going to be a 2 mil foam pad behind them. add a little snippet. Slice my foam pad in two so it's a bit skinnier, and then use the half to go on his feet or her feet. Okay, we're nearly at sentiment o'clock. What do you think so far? Let me revisit some of these sentiments here. Rub-a-dub-dub, a new baby to love. It's your day. Relax and enjoy. I'm a lucky duck. I could do the lucky to have you as my friend or something like that. Although I think maybe mom would be better with a little ducky. Let me see. I have my lucky die from Heffy Doodle. I think that's going to be too much. Let me see if I can find something to do with a splash. Maybe in a mermaid set or something. See you soon, waving hello, we mermaid for each other. No, that theory didn't pan out. Happy birthday. Life is good. Well, obviously I need to make a stamp set that says have a splash. You are loved. Yeah. I mean, you are. Of course you are. That's not the sentiment I'm looking for. You're a star. You occupy my heart. It's not fair when you can't find just the right sentiment. Wishing you the very best, waving hello. I'm gonna look at all my sort of sea creature-y things, but nothing's jumping out. Oh, hold on, what's this? Sending you my deepest thanks. I really love you. No. Have a sublime birthday. That's not going to cut it either, is it? You could use alphabet stamps to make the word. Yeah, you could. It's just time consuming. I know we want another card. And unless we go for like an everyday sentiment duo or something. What have we got? We could do a hooray. We could just do a hello. Happy birthday, anniversary, congratulations. I always knew you were pretty awesome. I think I'll just use one of these sentiments. Oh wait, let me look at the lucky stamp set from Heffy Doodle, because that might have some other lucky sentiments, right? Lucky duck. Lucky because you love me. Or what about I'm a lucky duck to have you in my life? That would work. I'm gonna call that a decision made. All right. I'm a lucky duck. And I'm going to do black over here. Actually, yeah, okay. I'm just wondering if it's not going to stamp right the first time, but there's only one way to try it out, and that's just to do it. So I'm a lucky duck. I'm going to do the lucky duck in my something borrowed, even though it's super juicy and I have to be super careful with it. Get my head down to the table. I'm a lucky duck. Got to go over this now. Boom, baby. To have you in my life. Oh, I must have forgot about my... Oh no, my battery's running out already. I'm going to have to maybe finish up earlier than expected. I'm sure we can get another 20 minutes out of it though. Have you in my life. Nice. I'm happy with that. We can make that work. I reckon we might be able to make that work with a stitched background. And I'll need to create a little bit of a mask though. for my stitched background so that I can get it just right. I'll cut out one of my stitched bubble background die cuts. And then try my best to visually line this up in a somewhat centered way. Pop in on top. And then run through the machine. I'm a lucky duck, duck, duck. Put that back in there. And we either put that all the way across like this, or we trim it down like this. But I think I might put that across, but mount it onto either a little pink card to match the pink here, or some yellow card. And my brain is edging towards pink card. Almost like a pinky pink. So I'm going to use my strips of ease die here to cut a strip. Use some of this I've not used yet. Oh, sorry, my mat's moving. I forgot to put down my non-stick mat tonight. That again in a minute. And then for this one that I cut out, I'm just going to cut it in half lengthways roughly, making sure I get the straight edge cut by the die on the outer edges. And then line these up nicely for a little pop of color. Yeah, that's sweet. I might need to raise this up and pop it underneath. I think I'll use some tape because I'm running out of my runner. Oh no, I just took, oh, it's the back layer. All right, I'll use my craft mat to make sure that I get it somewhat straight. I'm a lucky duck to have you in my life. It's still really blowing out here. I'll move you over to here and you can have a little look while I prepare my card base. One of my last card bases. Maybe get some before next week. I'm thinking I might add a few little gems or something to it, like or glossy accent drops. I'm not sure yet. What's your thoughts, guys? All right. Putting some tape on this, and then we might squeeze another quick card in before we have to. Well, before my battery runs out, which is my biggest fear at the moment. Oh, this card base is not cut exact. Yay! We need dark eyes. Nouveau drop, so that's a good idea. Right up here. There we go. What do you think? Do you think you have the illusion of a floor down there? Did we get away with that? I think it looks cool. All right, so we've got, hey, I miss you, and then I'm a lucky duck to have you in my life. And let's see what else we can bish bash bosh out. I need a drink. Before we have to go. It's also super warm in here right now. All right, let's see what we can do. Maybe a chameleon. I think a chameleon would be nice. And what I might do is use the aqua markers again. For the chameleon. And maybe a little like rainbow paper or something. Let me see what I've got hanging around. I don't have any rainbow paper, but I do have multicolored paper, which might be just as fun. Ooh, that's pretty. Just having a quick look at some of my pattern papers for my scrapbook collection from back in the day. I want something bright and bold, I reckon. I've got this fun chevron color paper here, and I think we might be able to use this with the chameleon, even if it's just for a background, I reckon. I'm going to use my stitched background die. From Heffy Doodle's Clover Frames to die cut this, which will go straight onto a note card. I don't know what paper this is, in case anyone is wondering. It was in my stash, so I'm afraid I have, there's no label on it. And I have no clue which one it was, although it could be a Paige Evans. Is that a name? I think that's a name. Paige Evans? Yeah, I think that's a thing. I reckon that's a thing. But it might not be. So doing the cheater's way now because I don't have my ATG gun. Not that it's a cheater's way, but fast and furious. I'll cover some tape on this guy. Overhang the edge and then trim off the rest of the double-sided sticky. And then stick this down. I love him, he's so sweet. And then I'm wondering what it would be like to have it's like a stripe across here. And then maybe have one of these. Let's see what we can do. Maybe glossy accents in the background for bubbles. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I think that would work. I don't want to over bubble it though. There's a lot of bubbles going on at the moment. I'm going to stamp that, but I'm also going to stamp on a little bit of craft, which I might end up using instead. Not sure yet. Or I might layer the craft on top of the white. this guy. One thing you can do if you wanted to, I suppose, is stamp him onto the pattern paper so that he's actually that kind of colouring on that. Where's my piece of paper? So this is like here, and I want him to be in fact, I think it's a repeated pattern, so I want him to be like here. Be like there. So he's like here. I don't know whether I'll like him quite as much like that. But we can find out. I think I might just like him being plain green and chameleon-y. I'm going to cut him out, and then I'm going to test it out. Must go. See you next week. Bye. Happy birthday. Happy doodle. Bye. Bye, Di. Thanks for joining in. I think we've lost all our chatterboxes this week. Normally we've got loads of chit chat happening. All right, so my idea was if I cut this one along the line, then I get some nice flat color rather than having to color him in. I've seen some people use the chameleon with the spinner wheel. It's really fun. So this would be like this, is what I'm thinking. If I want that to go like that, there it is. Where's my wee guy go to? So this one I want to go right up against the line. But if I layer him onto the white, there's still a white border, so he will pop. And I might color in his eye and the little triangles on his back. I'm not sure yet. I might not even use him with the chevron on him. Pop, okay, great. this would go like this. And then we would want to line him up. That's quite cute. I'm just going to go ahead and commit before my time runs out. Need to make sure that I stick this in the right place, and now let's put that down there while I glue this one on. I'll use my 2-in-1 glue pen and sticks to anything. And I'll do the same for this. Jury's out on this craft cardstock though. That needs to go there, which means this has to go like here, or something to that effect anyway. And this should go like here, roughly. Oh no, battery. Let's see if I've got any battery if the other one charged. Not much, but we shall see. I'll have to wrap this up. All right. A little bit of glue to his toes. Stick him on his branch. Put some pop dots behind him. Oops, that was unintentional, but anyway. And then there's a little sentiment that says, "You're one in a chameleon," I think it says. Which I might use that. Might use something else. Let me just line this guy up. Hopefully not with my head too much in the way. There we go. Kind of cute, huh? I love this chameleon set. It's on my wish list. Pretty cute. You're one in a chameleon. Will fit there nicely. I also like something like "You color my world," but then the word color is always the American way. Not that that's a big problem, but what else? What other stamp sets do I have that might have a colory type thing in it? You brighten my life, something like that. Maybe in my honeybee brush thingy now. Oh. I think I might do Stay Awesome. I think that's fun and different rather than the You Are One in a Chameleon. I don't like to be predictable. I like to use mix and match so that my cards are a bit different. That is so not straight, I can tell already, but it's near enough. Stay Awesome is from the Essential Sentiments from MFT. There's a little bit of mess which we'll just push out of shot so that you don't have to worry too much about that. But we do have, I'll save this for later, stick it on my machine. I do have 3 cards all done and complete. A little bit off shot here. All done and dusted. Some took way longer than others. So we've got Hey, I Miss You, using the Ink Road and the Aqua Spectrum Noir. We have I'm a Lucky Duck to Have You in My Life. And we've got some perspective going on down at the bottom here. My ink has bled a little. I don't think I used the right cardstock. But I think it gives the illusion of a room and a little ink blending. And then we've got some stamped bubbles as well as some stitch bubbles in there. And then a quick Fast and Furious Stay Awesome using the chameleon stamp from One Form. And we are run out of battery, so we're gonna have to leave it there. I shall have to say cheerio, my dears. And next week, what's happening next week? Normal service, I think, next week. No problemo. Thank you so much for joining me. Lorraine says that, oh no, sorry, Donna has said that you've messaged me. Yes, brilliant, I'll sort you out, don't worry. And please do go over to the Heffy Doodle blog and check out the blog hop that we had this week to celebrate our birthday. And also take advantage of that 20% off if you are so inclined. And if you haven't already seen it, check out our Heffy tape. You're going to want to see that. Everybody's going a bit nuts for it. All right, my friends, happy crafting. And I shall see you next week, if not before it. Take care. Love you all. Thanks for joining me. Bye.